What's going on, party people? Back with some more Babymonochrome action. This is a round 4 losers bracket match between Lux and Liloo. Lux from our perspective, Liloo from our perspective, who I think this is going to get posted on Sunday. It was literally in the video that would have been posted yesterday. So there you go, back-to-back matches for Liloo here. And that is the freaking Zigzagoon team again. Damn! And the Shell Smashers again. Like, seriously, this team... We've seen this team win 2 games, I think, so far. This must be a thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this was a team that was current back... Or this team was a thing back when Gen 5 was current, but... Here we are. How about some of my OGs? Some of my Gen 5 OGs, let me know in the comments. Was this team a thing back in the day?
Oh, Jesus!
Anyways, yeah, let's get into it. So... Lux bringing a pretty standard looking team, I guess. You got a Timber, Natu, Diglett, Chinchou, and then a good offensive core there, but with Ghastly and Abra. Nothing really too out of the ordinary there, I guess. Kind of weak to dark, kind of weak to Ghost, I would say. So if that Drifloom's running maybe Shadow Ball after an Acrobatics, it could be quite threatening. Unless that Abra's on a Focus Sash, of course. But then again, Drifloom's known to pack Sucker Punch, so who knows? I can't quite remember what was ran on the Drifloom last time I saw this team in action. And then the infamous team from Liloo's. Now, I'm pretty sure that Dwebble was setting up hazards last time I saw it. Honestly, it was like a week ago since I recorded this. But that is a Belly Drum Zigzagoon. That is a fact. Acrobatics Drifloom, because what else would it be? Shelter probably looking to Shell Smash. Clamperl definitely looking to Shell Smash. And a Diglett just for that little bit of added support that this team might need. So let's get into it here. So we have a Diglett lead from Lux and a Dwebble lead from Liloo. Set up Stealth Rocks from the Diglett as Dwebble just looks quick knock off here, pop the balloon. And then gets out of there, switches into Natu. Good play, deflects the rocks right back. Though there's a Rock Blast being threatened here, and Lux just stays in and, ooh, falls to a crit, unfortunately, so we wouldn't know if that would have killed in the end or not. Chinchou comes out, clicks Hydro Pump. Dwebble hangs on with Sturdy and gets up the rocks safely this time. Cuss Step activated and just opts to knock off the Choice Scarf as the Dwebble drops to another Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, hitting both of them, too. Diglett coming out here to trap the Chinchou, just going to knock that thing out clean with an Earthquake. Does make you wonder, actually, no, that... You needed to knock that off in order to outspeed it. I was about to say that maybe Dwebble should have clicked spikes on that turn. But yeah, no, I mean, that thing was going to outspeed Diglett. So definitely the right play here from Liloo, in my opinion. Timber comes out. Drifloom switching in here as Timber clicks Payback. Good play. That was going to do a lot to Diglett either way. Clicks Acrobatics, just clean knocks that thing out, gets the speed boost. Abra comes out here. And that thing is Focus Sashed and gets off a knockoff for the kill. That will do the job. Interesting, knockoff Abra. Diglett coming out here, going to trap and knock out the Abra here as opposing Diglett comes out. Risking a speed tie, but, oh, click Sucker Punch anyways, and Lux just going for, like, the safe kill there. Shelter coming out here, threatening a Water Move or a Shell Smash. Diglett just clicks Memento on the Shell Smash. I'm having some deja vu here. I think I saw this before already. Ghastly comes out here. It's going to... Not going to outspeed the Shelter. 3, 4, game's over. Yeah, so Shelter able to finish that off with a 5-hitter from... Actually, no, this thing has Skill Link. What am I talking about? That was always going to do 5, so... another win from this team. This team, at least in games I've commentated, I think is it 3-0? I think it's 3-0. I think every time we've seen this team show up, it's gotten a win. Twice for Liloo as well. I don't think Liloo used it twice in the last match. Definitely once for sure. Anyways, Liloo's up 1-0. Let's get into game 2. Alright, here we go. Game 2 between Lux and Liloo. Lux from our perspective, of course. Bringing a Pharaoh Seed this time around, which means that's probably a Shell Smashing Omnimite. And then to finish things off here, you're going to Abra, a Mindful Volbeat, and a Ghastly. So quite the offensive team, just looking up to get up hazards. And if you can get around that Natu, Liloo's team quite weak to hazards, I would say. In that you've got 2 Pokemon that are weak to Stealth Rocks. And 4 Pokemon, if I counted correctly, 4 Pokemon that are weak to spikes. So, yeah, definitely looking to set up as much as you can with that Ferroseed. Of course, there's a Natu there, so you're going to have to play around that. But no hazard removal on Liloo's side, so... yeah, if you can maybe find a way to work around that, or maybe knock out the Natu early, there might be a path here for Lux. And then Liloo bringing Hail this time around. So Snover, a Natu, Porygon, a Pawniard. Interesting. Pawniard could put in some work here, but is threatened by Mindfu, of course. Liloo bringing a Mindfu of their own, and a Ghastly of their own as well. So let's get into it here. Mindfu lead, classic lead matchup. I feel like we haven't seen in a while. Liloo getting a potential speed tie there on the fake out, and then Lux able to click knockoff there. So that was definitely, assuming Lux clicked fake out turn 1, that was in all likelihood a speed tie. And that was definitely a speed tie, just confirming it right there. U-turning out of there as Lux gets the advantage of U-turning slowly there, which is nice, or getting this, rather losing that speed tie. I'm falling behind already. Okay, yeah, knockoff, and then we get the U-turn turn out of here. So, Liloo goes into Ghastly on the U-turn here. Turn behind there. Okay, Ghastly coming out here. As when Lux opts to U-turn, they go out into Abra here. And then doubles out into Mindfu, maybe predicting to spook that thing out, which Porygon does come in, so Lux reading that correctly. Mindfu coming back in for Liloo and gets the knockoff. Well, actually, no, it already had its item knockoff. Clicks fake out there. Get some more Mindfu action here. U-turns out of there. Ghastly coming in here. Shiny Ghastly. Very awesome shiny, I must say. U-turns out. Ponder coming in, potentially trapping this thing. So Ghastly's just going to click Will-O-Wisp. Yep, did go for the pursuit. So good play staying in and going for the burn. Well played by Lux there. Ferroseed coming out here. Shiny Ferroseed. Just want to shout out Shiny Ferroseed. I got one of these in my first time playing through Pokemon Black back in like 2010 or 2011. I did have a Shiny Ferroseed. Just wanted to shout that out. I really like that Pokemon. Natu coming out here. Clicks T-Bolt. Good play. Switches into Omnimite here as Natu clicks Heat Wave. Hopefully no burn. No burn. And then U-turns out of there as Omnimite gets a weak armor boost. Shell Smash here could be threatening, but not the end of the world because Mindfu can click Fake Out, and that Pawniard also has, well, you gotta think has Sucker Punch in the back too, so I think there's a way around this. Might be a little sketchy though. Well, oh yeah, this Pawniard's burned. Big Hydro Pump miss. Liloo kind of need that. Oh, click Sucker Punch. Gets Toxic Spikes up instead. Nice, I like that. Gets off the Sucker Punch here, but I think it might be a little too late. Though Mindfu can get off a Fake Out here. That's kind of the only option you have right now. I think Omnimite got quite a bit of value there, though, getting a Toxic Spike up and a kill. Porygon coming out, already spreading that Toxic as well amongst the team here. Though this Porygon has Magic Guard right now, so it's not going to be taking any poison damage. Ferroseed switching in here on a recover turn. That's actually really interesting trace scenario there. Natu switching into the Ferroseed. Click Giga Drain this time around. And then is able to roost up on a potential T-Bolt. Yep. That's going to do a little bit less damage because of the roost. Big Heat Wave off, and then, yeah, worth the T-Bolt damage for sure. Volibee switching in here on a roost turn. Good play by Liloo. Very well played game so far here. Mindfu switching in. Knock off from the Volibee here. It's like a support Volibee. Clicks Brave Bird. Able to clean knock that thing out without an item. Or a Violite, rather. Snover switching in here. Is that thing Choice Scarfed? 16. Could have been Choice Scarfed. Okay, Mindfu coming out here. Ghastly. Ooh, good U-turn by Lux there. Gets a bit of switch initiative here. Abra looking to click a big move on anything right now. Porygon's the Pokemon that comes in here. Charge Beam. No boost, though. I was thinking maybe we'd see Knockout Abra again there. Or not, knock off Abra, rather. Ferroseed gonna drop to a crit Tri-Attack. Tough to say. I don't think that was matter, to be honest, but it might have. Big high jump kick on the Porygon there. That thing drops. We got 3-3 here. Mindfu in. Ghastly switching in here. Sets up a sub. As Mindfu clicked Payback. That's going to be able to break the sub. Threatening a Will-O-Wisp here. Clicks Shadow Ball instead. That does 52 and a drop. There's the payback. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Here's the Snover, likely choice scarfed. Clicking Blizzard there to knock that thing out. Abra, if this thing is Focus Sash, it's going to take a Blizzard. Protects just to kill a bit of PP. And some poison damage, of course. No reason not to. Not to comes in on a Psychic here. Shadow Ball will get the job done. Yes, it will. And if this is Focus Sash, Snover's definitely in trouble here. Clicks Protect. Snover locks into Blizzard. It's got 4 left. Not that it matters. Doesn't get to the Sash. Ooh, but Clutch Freeze and Thaws. Wow. And Psychic gets the job done. I'm willing to bet Lux maybe had a bit of a heart attack there at the end there. I mean, Ghastly would have likely fallen to a Blizzard there. So that was a pretty wild last turn. It's crazy that Lux's tournament life basically fell on a very quick thaw there. And because of that quick thaw, Lux is still in this one, and we're going to move on to Game 3 here, all tied up. All right, here we go, Game 3. Both players bringing similar-looking teams. I don't think that's the same team. No, it's definitely not the same team Lux brought in Game 1, but kind of a similar core, I guess. Really been favoring Abra in all these matches as well. We've seen Ghastly in all 3 matches, too. Ghastly, yeah, so, I mean, don't really blame Lux. I mean, these are 2 really good Pokemon in this tier. But also bringing a Mindfu, Volibee, Ferroseed, and Chinchou again. I don't see a Water type or Electric type on Liloo's side of the field there, or anything that might be clicking T-Bolt. I guess Porygon or Ghastly. I think Ghastly gets T-Bolt, so we might see a little bit of mind games there with the Chinchou, but unlikely considering there isn't a Water type there either. So hopefully this is Volt Absorb, because there's likely no Water coverage on Liloo's side of the field. Speaking of, Mindfu, Ghastly, Diglett, Porygon, Snover, so bringing Hail again here, and a Stunky. Haven't seen Stunky in a while, or in this match anyways. Let's get into it here. So we got a Ferroseed lead from Lux, Mindfu lead from Liloo, clicks Knockoff. I'd say that's a pretty good first play there. There goes the Violet, setting up Stealth Rocks, and then just spamming Knockoff, maybe expecting a switch there. Nope, more hazards by Lux. Okay, awesome. Clicks Knockoff on the Volibee coming out here. As it gets a weak armor boost there. Ghastly switching in on the Volibee. Take the Brave Bird. Oh, or I should say doesn't take the Brave Bird. Makes you think that was unlikely to be in a Violet. Ghastly. So maybe Black Sludge, maybe Life Orb. Dare I say Choice Scarf. Could have been a thing, but that thing just drops. I'd like to think if Violet lived, unless this is like an off, like banded Volibee. I don't know. Well, let's keep going. I know Ghastly's pretty frail, but I'd like to think it would have taken that. Porygon comes in, traces weak armor. Volibee's U-turning out of there, so Porygon a little bit faster now with the defense drop. Ferroseed switching in on the Ice Beam, no freeze. And gonna take another one. Still no freeze. There's a second layer of spikes. Do we see a third? Oh, there's the freeze, yep. And stays frozen this time. Liloo taking advantage of that, getting a recover off, but Ferroseed defrosts and gets another spike up and then falls to a tri-attack. Mindfu switching in here. Opposing Mindfu is the switch-in of choice for Liloo. Takes a high jump kick for 62%. And then fires one off back there for 52%. Then U-turns out of there from Lux. Chinchou coming in here. Snover taking so many hazards. Holy. Hidden Power Fire, most likely, knocking out that Snover from the Chinchou. I do wonder if this is Choice Scarfed. Clicking it again, so I'm definitely thinking that is Choice Scarf, as, I mean, the thing's arena trapped in, so yeah, that was a Choice Scarf Chinchou. Again, bringing that one to this match here, like in Game 1. Mindfu gonna take an Earthquake here. That's a Life Orb Diglett, by the way. U-turns out of there. Volibee gonna come in here, gonna take some hail damage. Porygon switches in. Gonna take all of them hazards too. Traces the weak armor. We might see a knockoff here. No, we see a U-turn here. This thing loses Violet? I don't think so. Nope. Ghastly coming in. Well, Porygon just opts to recover. Liloo opts to recover on the Porygon, I should say. Sludge Bomb fired off here. No poison. Ghastly taking Ice Beam. No freeze. Fires off Taunt there. I shouldn't say fires off Taunt, but it goes for Taunt. And is able to just spam Sludge Bomb here. Ooh, but crit Ice Beam. What did the first few do there? What did the first few? Oh, my dimension's all messed up. 43. We only saw 143, and then... might have been a roll. The crits... I mean, that was definitely a roll, but the crit definitely secures that roll, so... There you go. Let's move along here. So Abra comes out, fires off a Psychic on this Porygon, as it's just Stunky here. Going to take a ton of Spikes damage, but if this is a Sashed Abra, this is done. So goes for the Charge Beam here on a Pursuit. There's the Sash. Potential Sucker Punch here. Goes to Mind Fu instead. Yep. Good play. And if this thing has Fake Out, this is done. Oh, Fire Blast. Okay. Takes that. No burn. Clicks U-turn, so probably no Fake Out there. And Lux staying alive as Liloo is out of the tournament in round 4, but pretty gosh darn good run, I must say. And there you go. So again, round 4 is entirely losers bracket here. Round 5, we're back to covering both winners and losers brackets. So be sure to like, subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.